delivering quality education, expanding access to learning. The official TV-based instruction of Tagum City. This is Tagum City Division's DepEd TV. Tara na!
The greatest weapon that we can always bring wherever we go is not a gun nor a bomb, but it is our brain. Good day, grade 10 learners. Today, we will sharpen our weapon, which is our brain, so we can fight against our ignorance, particularly in the field of research. And I am so glad to be part of your journey as you master the learning competencies through television. Airing from Salida La Filipina TV, I am your teacher broadcaster, Teacher Karen from La Filipina National High School, in the service of DepEd Tagum City, hoping to continue the delivery of learning wherever you are, despite the challenges brought by the pandemic. Today, we will learn the technical terms used in research. Make sure you have your notebook and pen with you to take down notes. So what are we waiting for? Let's beat our brains out and start the lesson. Knowing common research terminologies helps you understand how to read and interpret scholarly journal articles so you can more effectively apply the results to real-world human performance. Let us learn, starting with our lesson objectives. First, distinguish technical terms used in research, which is also our most essential learning competency. Second, appreciate the importance of being familiar with the technical terms used in research. And third, use the technical terms learned for future research works. Let us kickstart this day with a game. We will be playing the game 4 Picks, 1 Word. Isn't it familiar? Well, 4 Picks, 1 Word is easy peasy. In this game, each item displays 4 pictures linked by 1 word. Your goal is to work out what the word is from a set of jumbled letters given below the pictures. But we will add a twist on this game. You will only have 5 seconds to post your answer in the comments section. Are you ready? Let's start! Number 1. What is the answer for this item? The answer is problem. Number 2. What is the answer for this item? The answer is research. Let's go to number 3. What is the answer for this item? The answer is gather. 2 more to go. Number 4. What is the answer for this item? The answer is experiment. And for the last one, number 5. What is the answer for this item? The answer is solution. Did you get all the 5 answers correctly? Wow, that's perfect! It's a good start. Well, the words you've arranged are problem, research, gather, experiment, and solution. Familiar words, right? These are just a few of the common words you will encounter in doing your research work. Now let me ask you, what will you do if you have a problem? Of course, if there is a problem, you will look for a solution to solve the problem. Problem is the first thing why we conduct research. The next question is, how will you solve the problem? This is then the moment that you start to gather data or perhaps do some experiment to help you analyze the problem until you can come up with a solution to your problem. Have you made a research paper? If yes, then you can surely relate to our topic today. If not yet, then with assurance, you can learn the basics of research in today's topic. Before we discuss our lesson further, let us try answering the pretest, which will measure what you already know about the topic. Just answer true if the statement is correct and false if it is wrong. You will only have 3 seconds to decide for your answer. Let's start. Number 1. The term abstract discusses the theories related to your research work. Is the statement true or false? The answer is false. Number 2. Research design is the game plan of your research. Is the statement true or false? The answer is true. Number 3. Hypothesis is known as an intelligent guess. Is the statement true or false? The answer is true. Number 4. The reference presents background information, scope, and focus of the research paper. Is the statement true or false? The answer is false. And number 5, literature review provides a review of what others have written or researched on concerning the topic. Is the statement true or false? The answer is true. How was it? If your score is perfect 5, you are awesome. If your score is below 5, don't worry. Let us keep on learning. Come on, it's time to dig deeper. The term research is made up of 2 words. Re, which means again, and search, which means to find. In other words, research is a repeated process of finding the truth and of validating the existing truth. Another definition is that research is a systematic and scientific process to answer questions about facts and relationship between facts. It is an activity involved in seeking answer to unanswered questions. It seeks to generate an answer to the problems as well as suggesting additional questions in need of further inquiry. What are the technical terms used in research? Let us distinguish some of the many technical terms that you can come across as you do research. Starting with Abstract. Abstract is a clear, concise summary that communicates the essential information about the study. In research journals, it is usually located at the beginning of an article since this summarizes all sections and helps readers decide whether or not to read the entire report. Introduction. Introduction presents background information, scope, and focus of the research paper. It states the objective of the study or statement of the problem and significance of the study. Hypothesis. Hypothesis is a statement of the predicted relationship between two or more variables in a research study. An educated or calculated guess by the researcher. A research starts by hypothesizing. You do not have evidence yet. You did not conduct any research methods yet. You just hypothesize or guess. For example, your guess is that getting 8 hours of sleep can lead to more alert students. This example is not yet proven, and this will be proven as right or wrong once you are done with your research. So this is still a hypothesis. Data. Data are units of information or any statistics, facts, figures, general material, evidence, or knowledge collected during the course of the study. In other words, data are the evidence that you gather to validate your research findings or to prove that your research finding is right. These can be photographs, journals, laboratory records, and most often, numbered. Variable. Variable refers to a person, place, thing, or phenomenon that you are trying to measure in some way. Now, we have these two common types of variables: the independent variable and the dependent variable. The independent variable is the one that affects the dependent variable, and the dependent variable accepts the change caused by the independent variable. For example, you want to conduct a research about how 8 hours of sleep optimizes the alertness of the mind. Now remember that the independent variable is the cause and the dependent variable is the effect. So in our example, the cause is the 8 hours of sleep and the effect is that it optimizes the alertness of the mind. So the optimization of the alertness of the mind depends on the 8 hours of sleep. So the alertness of the mind here is the dependent variable, and the alertness of the mind cannot possibly change the 8 hours of sleep, which makes the 8 hours of sleep as the independent variable. Theory. Theory is a general explanation about a specific behavior or set of events that is based on known principles and serves to organize related events in a meaningful way. Discussion. Discussion evaluates the results of the study or research. Conclusion. Conclusion provides the summary of results of the research. Literature review. Literature review provides a review of what others have written or researched on concerning the topic. Conceptual framework. It offers a logical structure of connected concepts that help provide a picture or visual display of how ideas in a study relate to one another within the theoretical framework. This is an example of a conceptual framework. Research design, the game plan or method for finding out what you want to know. We have quantitative research. In quantitative research, the data produced are always numerical and they are analyzed using mathematical and statistical methods, explaining phenomena by collecting numerical data that are analyzed using mathematically based methods, in particular statistics. The results are often presented in tables and graphs. It is also conclusive. It investigates the what, the where, and the when of decision making. We also have qualitative research. Qualitative research often involves words or language, but may also use pictures or photographs and observations. It seeks to answer questions about why and how people behave in the way that they do. It provides in-depth information about human behavior. Its aim is to get the meaning and the feeling, and it describes the situation. Take note that qualitative data cannot be graphed. It is exploratory. Lastly, it investigates the why and the how of decision making. We also have mixed research. It involves the mixing of quantitative and qualitative methods or paradigm characteristics. Nature of data is mixture of variables, words, and images. Descriptive research. Descriptive research makes careful descriptions of the current situation or status of a variable of interest. Experimental research. It features the investigation of causal effects through direct manipulation of an independent variable and control of unimportant variables. And last, the reference. The reference lists all the sources used in the research. It provides the information necessary for a reader to locate and retrieve any source you cite in the body of the paper. Each source you cite in the paper must appear in your reference list. Likewise, each entry in the reference list must be cited in your text. Let us end our discussion by remembering the importance of learning all the technical terms used in research. These are the tools that will equip and prepare you to start your journey in research that will lead you to discoveries and eventually be the instrument in finding greater solutions to existing mysteries and problems surrounding humanity. For our evaluation, get a paper and pen and answer honestly the following items by choosing the letter of the correct answer. Please be time conscious, for you only have 10 seconds to analyze the items. Number 1. Based on the gathered data, I therefore say that using cell phone is one of the factors affecting the student's academic performance. This statement is a A. Abstract, B. Conclusion, C. Reference, or D. Theory? The answer is B. Conclusion. Number 2. Celebrating Diversity Through World Literature, Learner's Material, pages 345 to 378. This is A. Methodology, B. Conceptual framework, C. Plagiarism, or D. Reference? The answer is D. Reference. Number 3. Alex thought that inhaling the steam coming from the boiled ginger can help kill flu virus. Alex is making A. Conclusion, B. Data, C. Hypothesis, or D. Methodology? The answer is C. Hypothesis. Number 4. The researchers will now give their judgment or decision based on the findings of their study. They are going to make A. Abstract, B. Conclusion, C. Research design, or D. Theory? The answer is B. Conclusion. And number 5. Why do we conduct research? A. Because it is part of being a student, B. Because it is a requirement for graduation, C. Because there is a problem that needs a solution, or D. Because there must be somebody who can prove that something is right? The answer is C. Because there is a problem that needs a solution. Did you get a perfect score of 5? Congratulations for taking the challenge. I am sure you are now ready for a more challenging task. For your assignment, prepare the following for your future research work. Number 1. Identify a problem in school or community that needs to be addressed. Number 2. Formulate a hypothesis. Number 3. Identify the independent variable and the dependent variable for your study. Number 4. Search for theories that can support or can be related to your study. Number 5. Choose your research design. And number 6, be ready to conduct your research. That concludes our English 10 episode for today. Let us remember, Vincenzo Casano said, "Ignorance is not a sin, but refusal to learn is." So, never stop learning. Keep your passion for education burning as we see each other again in the next Karen-interesting, Karen-inspiring, and Karen-engaging English episode, only here at Salida La Filipina TV with Teacher Karen. Thank you and God bless everyone. Adios!
Salida la Filipina, ang iyong pangarap ay kikis lang. abot kamay. Salida la Filipina, ang nagkakay sa tagumpay.
Mga kabataan, huwag panghinaan. Salida la Filipina ay bigyan daan. Ito ay magbibigay ng kaalaman. TV naman ngayon ang inyong paaralan. Mahirap man ang inyong sitwasyon, tayo ay magtulungan para sa edukasyon. Bawat isa ay mayroong misyon, matutong mabuti, maging inspirasyon.
Salida la Filipina, ang iyong pangarap ay tiksa. Salida la Filipina.